you doing mentally? Like, truly, how are you doing? I'm not looking for one of those, oh, I'm fine, everything's gonna be okay. Truly, I am struggling right now mentally, and I know that I cannot be the only one. I want this to be a safe place where y'all can talk about how you actually feel, because it makes me feel better too, knowing that I'm not struggling alone. I don't know what it is in the air. I don't know if it's seasonal depression. I know that it can't just be pregnancy related, because it just seems like there is this impending doom. I cannot shake the feeling. It doesn't matter what I do. And don't get me wrong, I'm grateful for a lot. I'm grateful for everything that I have, but that doesn't take away from the fact that I am sad. I am exhausted, and I don't know what else I can do at this point other than talk about it. So please let me know, how are you? Are you okay? Did you drink water yet today? Did you remember to eat? What did you do today that made you feel good about yourself? I don't know. This is just a little check-in post. I love y'all. And if you're going through the same things that I am, I truly, truly hope that you feel better soon. Please know that you are not alone.
Hello everyone, this is Emmanuel Cook. We will be reacting to a new video today, so make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe down below, and let's get into the video.
Bro, I really wish that, like, no S word. But I really wish I could go to sleep and not wake up for like a week. Please. I just need a break. It's like stuff after stuff after stuff, and once you finally get over that stuff, something else is up. That's all I want. I don't want to be gone forever. I just want to just be don't talk to me, don't make me do nothing. Let me just stretch, eat, sleep, rest for a week, please.
So 2 weeks ago, my sisters and I had to remove my father off of life support. It's been a weird time. My relationship with him was complex, but 8 months before that, his wife had passed away, and unfortunately, my father had not wrapped up anything with her death. Now we have 2 deaths, and ironically in 2 different countries. So things have been a little bit crazy. Thank you to everyone that's been understanding and allowing me time to not only grieve and take this time emotionally, but also there's legal and technicalities when these kind of things happen, as my father was not prepared for this in the slightest.
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't struggling. With the state of everything, I just don't know what to do. I feel it's so hard to like get out of bed. Is it not bizarre to anybody else that we're going through all of this and people are like obsessed with the Grammys, talking about the Grammy? Like they were up like last week when that happened. I was like, oh, what? Why is that even on your mind? I don't understand. I'm like, that's the last thing. Who cares? I feel like I'm going crazy. Like how are people just carrying on normal? I'm struggling. Okay. I've been like trying to record videos all the time, and it's just I'm stuck, and then I'm having to do my day job too, and my mind is so scattered. How are you handling this? How are people handling this? What's going on? Help me.
So I just had the realization that I like to sleep a lot because I don't want to be here. And I know, like, me saying that, it probably seems like I'm trying to, like, you know, get out of this world, but no, not at all. I think that is a lot more active, like you're actively attempting to end your life. But you know, when I'm sleeping, I feel like it's very passive. It's like a little break. And, you know, I don't know how to explain it without people really just chopping it up to you being like the S word. But like, I truly would not be bummed if I did not live to see 60. Like, I promise it's okay. I don't know. I'm just exhausted of like the constant character development. I'm exhausted of having to pay to play in this world, in this arena. Like, I'm exhausted of life's constant highs and lows. Like, that's apparently normal. Like, I just want to chill. I just want life to be stagnant. I think I average about 12 hours of sleep. I do my little 8 hours of sleep, and then I nap for maybe about another 4 throughout the day.
Yeah, I just want to come on here to say this. Yo, I remember last year around this time, I lost everything that I had. I lost my job. I lost my car. Yo, I was low on money because I was having car problems around that time. So the money that I did have, I had to use it on my car. So it was so crazy, y'all. Like, it's so crazy. But the reason why I'm saying this because You can be going through, you can lose everything and get it back 10 times better, y'all. I have a better paying job a year later, y'all. Not even a year later, but some months later. I have a better paying job. I have a new car. I have 2 cars at that. I have a new car that I don't have no problems with right now. God, thank you, Jesus, for that. Yo, my son don't want for nothing. And when I lost my job around that time, Christmas was next month, y'all. Christmas was in like 2-3 weeks, y'all. Guess what? I had no money to get my son something. I had no money to get my son nothing. But guess what? So thankful for my family, because my family got him everything he wanted and needed. So that was something off my shoulders. But what I'm saying here is right now, y'all, you can lose everything and get it back 10 times better. 10 times better. Like, you can lose everything and you're going to get it back. Yo, you can be going through something a month from now. 2 months later, you got it. You got it better. Pray your way through it. That's what I did. I prayed my way through it, and I hold it down, y'all. Like, I thought I was never going to get out that dark space. Never, y'all. I thought I was never going to get out of it, and everything's happened for a reason. Guess what? I lose that job because God had a better job for me. That my car was giving me problems because God wanted me to get another car. Like, you see what I'm saying? I was broke because God wanted me to see how I feel to be broke. I know how I feel to be broke. I know how I feel to lose everything and get it back. I know how that feels. I know how that feels. I know how that feels to hit rock bottom. Like, I know how it feels. I had to feel that everything happened for a reason. And guess what? I up now. And I thank God every day for that. I thank God every day for that, because I know how I feel to have nothing. You see what I'm saying? And I got a child. So, you see what I'm saying? That was my first time. That was my first time ever in life. I'm 22 years old, y'all. That was my first time ever hitting rock bottom like that, ever. Losing everything, having to get it back. But guess what? Everything happened for a reason, because I up now. You see what I'm saying? I up now. I learned from that. I learned from that. And I ain't going back. I ain't going back to what happened. I learned from that. You live and you learn. You live and you learn. I'm telling you, you live and you learn, boy. But the reason why I'm saying this, if you're going through something, keep going. Pray your way through it, because it will get better. God has you. Pray your way through it. You will, listen, you will get it back 10 times better. You will get it back. Maybe 20 times. You will get it back. You will. God don't play. God don't play about his. That's all I got to say. Keep your head high, and nothing you can't handle, and nothing you ain't going to get through. That's all I got to say. That's the message for the day.
Might be unemployed, but how I keep going every day is just by thinking, when the time comes for me to get the job, that will be the time. God's plan is everything. So I trust in him to provide. I put in the work, of course. Pray every day. I keep that mentality and that mindset. And most importantly, I put my faith and trust in him. Job hunting is not easy, especially the market that you're in the UK. I don't think there is a problem with my CV. I've used to get so many interviews like in the summer. That's when I secured my contract role. And this time, no. So I think it's just competitive. I'm not going to pretend I'm perfect. My CV could always be updated. So I just did it again. But yeah, practice makes perfect. And I'll trust in him and I'll secure something.
Man, I love the USA. I love America. But I hate what it's become. You know, I remember 12 years ago, you know, you could go run outside till the streetlights came on, play with your friends, and actually have real connections. You didn't need a social media. You didn't need a phone to interact. You know, you could actually go out and interact with your neighbors, you know, and not be transactional. You didn't need, you know, anything from them. You just wanted a conversation. You know, remember when people were actually interesting? You know, when people actually had stories to tell you, you know, and they weren't just talking about their favorite fashion trend or their favorite meme or their favorite 2-second, you know, thing that's going on. Like, I remember when the world had meaning. It's just like everyone is just so meaningless, so like just dead. Like, everyone has the same goals, same dreams. You know, they shop at the same stores. They dress in the same way, you know. It's like we're becoming like robots, and we're just all like the same prototypes. You know, it's like a few different prototypes. You know, this one has a little bit of different enhancements. This one has a little bit different enhancements. This one's better at, you know, talking a little bit more. But we're all pretty much the same. And it's just crazy when we see how divided we are. When we're just the same. We're just all human beings, and we're divided as hell. This is the most divided I've seen in our country. And it's because we all have opinions, and we're all opinionated, and we all think we're entitled to our feelings. You're not going to feel great all the time. You're not going to be happy all the time. You're not going to be mad all the time. You know, it's just stuff fluctuates. This isn't a perfect world. We need to stop acting like we're living in an all smile and great, perfect world, because it's not that.
Y'all remember when the cost of renting a home or having a mortgage on a house for like a 2 to 3 bedroom house was under $1,000? Do you guys remember that? Because I do. I bought my first home in 2016, and the mortgage on that house was like $925 a month. Okay? And even back then, we were still complaining about it. But what we are working with today is absolutely diabolical. It is insane. How can we go back? Because this is not working. So let me tell y'all, last week, okay, I'm going through my bank account, just, checking through things, making sure, the numbers are adding up, everything's going great. And I have my mortgage on auto pay. I look and I see when my mortgage was deducted from my account, and I noticed that my mortgage went up by $425. Mind you, I didn't even get any notification from my mortgage company that this went up. This was a surprise to me, okay? This was a surprise. $425 increase within 6 months of buying my house. I just bought my house, y'all. Just bought it. This is the 3rd home that I've purchased, and every single year, the mortgage just continues to go up. Like, at what point? Where's the cap? Is there a cap? I just really, really would like to know, when does this end, and what can we do about this? And I know it's just going to get worse now that we have billionaires in charge. We have 2 billionaires in charge of this country. We're cooked. It's about to be $3,000 next year for a 3-bedroom house. Make it make sense. Like, how are people surviving? How are people living? The cost of living continues to rise, but the incomes don't match. They're not aligned. What are people supposed to do? I wish I never bought into the idea of buying homes, because I'm over it. Not just that, but like the maintenance and everything else that comes along with owning a house. I'm so over it. It's not even funny. I'm over it.
I am made up of ibuprofen and the grace of God at this point. I don't even really know how I'm still going.
A lot of you will continue to struggle financially and not do better with your money because you don't even believe that you can. I get on this app every day and see several people giving valuable financial information, and I go to the comments and all I see is complaints. Like, people will be giving, advice on how to save a certain amount of money in a certain amount of months, and then you got people in the comments saying, well, who has $20 to put aside? I need every single dollar. I only get paid X amount of money, which I understand that's a lot of people's current reality, but if we continue to give energy to the things that we dislike the most, you're only attracting more of that. So instead of taking heed to the valuable information that's given, you're expounding on the negative side. And without knowing the people for real, I can guarantee you that a lot of them don't even try. A lot of people are just lazy. A lot of people don't want to do the work. A lot of people want everything to happen for them, but don't want to do anything to align with what they want to see happen. When you're trying to get your money right, when you're trying to get out of struggling financially, it's going to take work from you. It's going to take a lot of work from you. It's going to take a lot of sacrifice and a lot of discipline. And a lot of people aren't willing to do that. But instead of trying to do that, they would rather complain and exert on the very thing that they dislike the most.
I love how people feel personally attacked when I say that your lifestyle choices has everything to do with how you manage your money. And these are the same people complaining about how they live paycheck to paycheck and can't afford anything. Listen, nobody can tell me differently, because my husband and I have been through thick and thin. We made it through. We had our first child at 18 unprepared, okay? And we had to make tough sacrifices. We struggled through our early 20s, even our late 20s. So I know what the hell I'm talking about. There are so many things that people can do so that they can become a stay-at-home mom in the future or just get their finances in order. But if you don't do those things, you will not get there. If you don't make the right choices, you will not get there, period. Are you buying a ton of shit at the grocery store that's not healthy? Sodas, juices, things that your kids or you shouldn't even be consuming because of all the shit that's in there. It's making you unhealthy. Therefore, come the medical problems, more bills. All right? That's number one. Are you ordering in every day? Are you cooking every day? What are you doing? How many times a week do you go to Starbucks? How many times are you getting your nails and hair done? Your eyebrows, your lashes? How many times do you go shopping besides groceries and things that you truly need? How many times do you go to Target? Home goods. And no, I'm not saying that you can't do these things if you truly can't afford them. But let's be real, the majority of our country is in debt, swiping credit cards left and right, and they are not prepared. And that's our fault as parents, as a society. We need to do better. And that was the whole point of my last video. It wasn't personally attacking anybody. I'm just saying that is what society has become. Half of the kids coming out of high school don't even know how to file taxes. They don't know what a 401k is. They don't know what a Roth IRA is. They are not properly planning for their future. They go into debt as soon as they get into college, and that is your choice for going into debt in college, nobody else's, because you can make choices in order to avoid college debt. Just saying. It took my husband 10, 11 years to get where we are today. And that is why a lot of people wait till their 30s to have kids. And if you can do it before then, well then hoorah for you. But that is not the reality for many people. So if you are struggling, look at your choices. Your lifestyle is the reason why you're broke. And until you change it, nothing else will.
Hey, how are you guys doing? How is life treating you guys? Please respond in the comment section down below. As for me, my life has improved a lot over the past year or so. It has improved by about 3 to 4 times, and it just gets better every single time. And I am extremely grateful for it as well. And I am just excited about life now, you know? But how are you guys doing? A quick reminder, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and let's continue the video.
Actually, I'm not done. Do y'all know how many creators are living paycheck to paycheck? Paycheck to paycheck. We live paycheck to paycheck too. I just got a comment under the video that I made earlier saying, no, you missed with this one. I'm not about to sympathize with people who are crying in mansions. Most of us don't have mansions. Just because we are creators does not mean that we are making more than you. A lot of times we are all making the same amount of money. And I know that some people think, well, you just get paid to post videos like you're making easy money. It is not that easy. We did not start off making money. A lot of us went years either not getting paid or not getting paid a lot. And then maybe we did well enough to be able to do good. But I'm telling y'all, it is not what you might think it is. We started off for free, not getting paid for nothing, taking the energy, taking the time to post. We didn't get paid. Then we started getting a little bit, and then we got to a point to where we're good. And that's if you made it. Mind you, we still deal with different disparities in this field. There are still racial and gender disparities when it comes to content creation and getting paid. Within maybe the last year or year and a half is when I got to a point to where I could say, okay, I'm making consistent good money. Some months I did okay, some months I didn't do that well. And it's still this way now. It's not consistent. It's really not that reliable all the times. And it is not easy. And I want y'all to stop thinking it is. Like, it's different for all of us. Some people, they are good. For other creators, it's not. It is a spectrum. Don't let virality and follower amount make you think that somebody has more money than they actually do. Somebody can have millions of followers and not be making that much. Millions of followers does not mean millions of dollars. I say all of this to say we are pretty much all on the same level. There are some outliers of people being super duper rich, but for the most part, we are not. We might do well, we might have a good month, but that don't mean that we set for life and we buying mansions and Lamborghinis. That's not what that means. I just wanted to say that because I was noticing that some of the responses under that comment section made it seem like this is easier, but it takes a lot of work. This don't just happen overnight. Some people was trying to be smart, saying that being a creator is not more difficult than being a doctor or a lawyer, but every job has its own complications. I'm not going to compare being a creator to anything, but just know that it is not easy. It's difficult, and not everybody can do it. Not everybody wants to do it, and I understand why. So please, let's stop competing. Let's stop pitting two bad bitches against each other. We all struggling, and that's that.
So a few weeks ago, my car died, and I found out like last week that it was my fuel pump. So go get a new fuel pump, and my friend's like, yeah, I'll do it for you when I have time. And I understand that people work and they have families and all this stuff, but at the same time, don't give somebody your word if you can't keep it. You know what I mean? I know 3 people at least here in the town that I live in that could help me with my car, because I am not a car person. I'm gonna be after this, but anyways, all of them are kind of fucking me around. Some more than others, whatever. Like I said, I know people have jobs and stuff. But tell me why my brother, who lives about 4.5, almost 5 hours away, can drop what he's doing and come to town and fix my car. But the 3 people that I know who live within 20 minutes of me, none of them can do it. Or are willing to find the time to do it. I've even offered to pay. I will pay you, because I don't want to jack up my car and drop the fuel tank and all that. I don't know how to do that, and I don't want to mess it up. So I'll pay you to do it. But what the fuck? And I know nobody owes me the help or anything. It's just frustrating to be told yeah, I can help you, and then you reach out so many times just to be sorry, not today, not today, not today, not today. And then when you tell one of them okay, I'll find somebody else, they're like, oh, okay. Bro, it's been 3 weeks and I have to fucking bus it to take my son to school. It's been snowing. I don't want to take him on the bus. I need my car. Just a nail in the coffin for us to move. Gonna drop that bombshell. We are leaving Tri-Cities.
This is what I'm talking about when I say, how are people affording to live? How are you not struggling? It's buying a house in 2020 and having a super low interest rate only to have that house get reassessed this year and your taxes have skyrocketed. And if you're in a state like Florida or Texas, where there have been a lot of natural disasters where your insurance is doubling or tripling, I can't pick up the phone and call Geico and tell them, you know what? Before August, I paid you $140 a month, and now you want around $280. I'm only going to pay you that $140 a month. It doesn't work that way. If I pay them $140 a month, they're going to cut my car insurance off. I no longer own a home, so I don't have homeowner's insurance, but I do know that the condo that I was lived in was just hit with a $24,000 per unit assessment. So everybody has to come up with a quarter of their portion by March 1st, which is $6,000. That's insane. The expenses that are out of our control are the ones that are going to completely drown this country. I mentioned in my original video that I don't eat out. When I had to buy a wardrobe for my new job, I actually went to Dirt Cheap and shopped their $2 rack. That's cheaper than a thrift store. I'm about to head to Sam's Club to buy groceries in bulk. Just another way that I'm trying to trim my expenses. I am definitely not living outside of my means. I am just trying to figure out how to earn additional income. And I do have several income streams, which I want to make a separate video about and talk about what's worked for me and what is a total scam that I've seen on TikTok. But yeah, this Christmas season is going to be a tough one. And I'm not just saying that for me, I'm saying that for everybody.
You do not owe your insurance company any loyalty. When I first got my car insurance, everybody said, go with State Farm because State Farm is the best. Hell yeah, they the best. They the best at killing your motherfucking pockets. I was not prepared to pay that $220 to $250 every month for my brand new car. So here's what I did to lower it. Like they always say, it's two things that's always promised, death and taxes. And I'm going to add one more to that motherfucker. Your insurance is going to rise every year. That's another thing that's promised. That's something they don't tell you. And the reason why it goes up every year is because most people don't keep their car long enough to actually see their insurance start to fall down. So here's the first tip. Stop buying a new car every year. And the second tip is stop sticking with the same insurance every time. Start trying to switch it up. See, insurance companies give you a discount from switching from one insurance to another insurance company because they're trying to use that competitive rate to get you over to their side. And also, if you can pay for your insurance for a full 6 months to a year in advance, they give you a humongous discount also. Stop pledging your allegiance to these insurance companies all because they got a good name. That good name also comes with celebrities. And why are celebrities important? Because celebrities endorse these insurance companies. And why is that important? They got to pay those celebrities to endorse the insurance companies. And why is that important? Who you think is paying the celebrities every month? You are. That's coming out of your pocket. So the more bigger, the more name brand the insurance company is, the more you're going to pay for it. So every 6 months to a year, before they send you their email talking about, hey, this is your insurance rate, we're going to go up, you should already be looking for a new insurance company. Unless you got an older car like me. The older your car is, the less insurance that you pay. This is exactly why you should not be pulling off the lot with a 2024 or 2025 car. Do your research and go look for something 5 to maybe 6 years older. That's going to give you a couple things. You're going to pay way less for the car, for that car instead of the newer car. And also your insurance is going to be significantly lower just because it's older and it's not newer.
Hi guys, I wanted to come on here and talk to you guys a little bit about the rent increases that are happening everywhere. I just recently spoke to my property manager and she told me that the owners of the house that I'm renting are going to be raising the rent again. So I currently pay $2,600 for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home. It's about 2,000 square feet. They did raise the rent by $50 last year. And so now they're saying they're going to raise it another 100 to 150, which is ridiculous. I think it's pretty crazy that, these owners are taking advantage of people, especially in California. I'm a single mom. I'm not saying that I should receive special treatment or anything like that, but it's just getting really crazy how the rent is just spiking up ridiculously. People are not going to be able to survive pretty soon if not already. And I feel like even people making really good money or decent money are still drowning and not being able to make it. And it's just really, really sad that California is turning into the state where nobody can survive. So I'm literally thinking of moving to Arizona or possibly Las Vegas. Anyways, I feel like I'm not the only one going through this. Let me know if anyone else is going through this, if you guys are getting your rent raised on you. Oh, also my mom called me. My mom's a senior. She's 64. They are raising her rent by $200. $200. It's a tiny, tiny little 1-bedroom studio with a tiny kitchen. She already pays $1,300 and now she's gonna have to pay $1,500. And she's like, I want to leave. I don't care. I'd rather be wherever. I can go live with a friend. How am I gonna be able to afford this? And I just think it's wrong what's happening, especially for seniors or anybody, but especially for a senior. Like that shouldn't happen. So anyways, I just wanted to vent and kind of share what's going on and to see how many other people are going through the same thing. I am going to be opening up another business and I'll share that with you guys in the next video in the next couple of days. But hopefully there's not too many people that are going through this, but I know there is a lot. And hopefully in California things do start to change, but I don't see that happening anytime soon. So, but anyways, just wanted to vent.
I just want to say it's 11 o'clock a.m. and it's been a horrible day already. Like, you know, when people be going off on everybody and people be like, don't take it personal, she's just having a bad day, or you just don't know what she's going through. That's been me for the past month, okay? I told her my car almost a month ago. I've been calling my dealership, Navy Federal, the new people I'm getting my car from, my insurance, all of these people. Every single day I've been calling them, and nothing has been done. I'm paying to sit in this here rental car. And I'm just like, why do life gotta be so hard? Like, I don't understand. I really don't understand. I know it's a first world problem, but it's still just like, I'm sick. I'm sick. They messed up my title, so now everything is such a more longer drawn out process, and there's literally nothing they can do besides wait, which means I gotta wait. I done found a car. I can't even finish buying it because my title is in limbo somewhere in the world. And I'm just like, I'm just annoyed. I'm just very annoyed. And I try to be happy. I try to be positive. But today, I just want to complain. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just complaining because it sucks. Life sucks. People suck. All these companies suck. This world sucks. That's just that on that. So every day I just go get me a overpriced 1,000-calorie matcha, and I sip on it and act like I'm a rich soccer mom with no worries and no problems and a husband that loves me. None of that is true. I'm the complete opposite of that. But this matcha makes me feel alive, and it makes me feel calm, and it makes me feel like things are going right in the world. And also, I can't lose no weight because I eat my life away when I'm stressed out. I'm about to go find me a good meal right now. Like, why I couldn't be the girly that's stressed out and go work out and eat salad? Like, but anyways, that's all I wanted. I'm gonna be happy tomorrow. I'm gonna try. But today, I'm over it. So pray for me. Just pray for me. And I'm gonna go try to distract myself with something productive, so I won't just feel woe is me, because that's how I feel this current moment. But
I know exactly where she is coming from. I have experienced all that she is experiencing now, and honestly, it sucks. It sucks when everything in your life is just a mess. Having issues at work, at home, with friends, with other people, and just all of these issues happening at the same time. And it's problem after problem, problem after problem, issue after issue, one thing after another, and you can't catch a break for months, if not years. Do you know how draining that is? Do you know how stressful that is? I hope stuff improves for her, truly.
Every single time somebody asks me how I'm doing, I just get stuck. You feel me? And I'm just like, life is just, life, and life, and in life is just life. You feel me? In life, there's life, and then life is just life. And you feel me?
Let's normalize not having to hear all of the details to believe that somebody is going through a freaking hard time. I made a post about this on Instagram, and I've actually been shocked by the energy. I've been a lot more transparent on Instagram, and I was just a little shocked that, like, okay, like, people are, like, here now, because, Instagram is all about the fake shit. But I had made a post on my story just talking about, like, give people grace. Like, people are going through things, and just because people aren't sitting here spilling out their life and on TikTok live, and just because everybody isn't pouring out all in business on the internet, it does not mean that people are not going through real things. And I think that's something that I personally have struggled with on social media when it comes to just like being a content creator, being an artist, being someone who's like, present on social media and has a presence on social media. It's like, just because I'm not up here always crying about everything that's going wrong in my life, it doesn't mean that that things are not going wrong. And I don't want to say wrong, but just like, it doesn't mean that I'm not facing obstacles on a daily or challenges. And I see this even in my personal life with people. It's like, it's almost like, unless you're boohoo crying or complaining all the time or being super depressed or anxious, everything is good in your life. You have no problems. If you're not having mental breakdown every other week, like, you're good. If you can be strong, and that's what my whole post was about. Like, sometimes being a strong person can be bittersweet. That's what I was saying. And it's because, like, yes, I have the capacity. Yes, I'm going to bounce back from whatever. Yes, I'm resilient. Yes, I can pick myself up out of anything. I've been doing it my whole life. Yes, I can, like, you know what I'm saying? I know how to get through these things. But just because I know how to get through these things doesn't make me any less a human or a person, or it doesn't mean that I don't have emotions and that I'm still not dealing. I have a therapist who I know I need to see. Well, you best believe I done booked a therapy session. Thankfully, I have friends and family members. I have a good support system. So they actually check on me and Anyways, the point I'm making is that, like, stop thinking because people ain't on here crying, and not just on social media, but in general. Like, sometimes I feel like people think like, oh, she's good, she's fine. Like, oh, Jayla's good, everything's great. Like, especially especially if you have like a decent job or a good career or like a car. Like, people see all of these things, these material things, and they think that you still not going through it, which is why I get so mad when people be like, oh, they're a celebrity, they have more money, so they shouldn't have problems. No, more money, more problems. And just because you have money, it does not absolve you from grief. People who have money still have to deal with their parents getting sick, with losing loved ones, and you know what I mean? Like, life still happens, even if you have money or if you don't have money. And I really think that, like, especially in the Black community, when you get to a certain point where, like, you know, you good financially, a lot of people would think that, like, all of your problems have gone away. And I'm not going to act like financial stability does not make life easier, but it doesn't mean that life isn't still happening. This could just be me venting or ranting, but it's like, no, I'm tired of this. Like, give people grace. Like, everybody is so hard, and it's just like on each other, and it's just like everybody is going through right now, bro. Like, we're all experiencing life for the first time. We're all trying to get. Now, don't get me wrong, it's some people where it's like, you don't need no grace. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I see why God is doing a number on your life. I get it. It was them choices you made. You know what I'm saying? I get it. You really, you know what I'm saying? But for a lot of us, we are really out here going through, regardless of what people think, regardless of what people perceive to be problems. And people should not have to spill the beans and give you all the details to their life for you to just understand that, like, people are dealing and battling their own demons and problems, like, outside of you and your relationship to them.
To all the people that went from hating their life to accomplishing their dreams, and now their life is everything they wanted it to be, when was your breaking point? Because I feel like I'm at my breaking point. It's like, I absolutely despise my jobs. I know what I want to do, but I don't know what's holding me back from just taking the steps to do that. Like, I'm so comfortable that I'm uncomfortable. Does that make sense? I work 2 jobs. I'm good. I can pay my bills. I can live comfortably. But at the same time, I'm uncomfortable because this is not what I want to fucking do anymore. It was cool for the moment, but now I know I'm meant for so much more, y'all. What is it going to take for me to just be like, you know what? This is not it.
I appreciate you guys watching the video today. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.